Good morning everyone and welcome to Cooking with Jenny. So today I'm making some tomato chutney. I really needed to get this done ages ago, but you know, life. So I thought I'd crack on with it today and I would do it with you guys. So let's get cooking. You will need 900 grams of tomatoes split into ripe or soft tomatoes and hard or green tomatoes. The hard tomatoes or green tomatoes go in first. Next you will need 350 grams of onion. I have used a mix of both white and red onion in this recipe. Now add 90 grams of raisins. I've used what was left from the Christmas cake. Next, the recipe requires 1 medium hot red chilli. However, I am really not keen on spicy food and I really don't like chopping them up. So I use this lazy chilli and I add about 2/3 of a teaspoon into the pan. Next up is 2 teaspoons full of mustard seed. This is actually a very old pot that came from my nan's house. And it's getting low, so I just guessed that I'd put that amount in. Now we add 1 teaspoonful of salt. And our last ingredient for the time being is 300 ml of white wine vinegar. Remember, we are not adding the ripened or soft tomatoes just yet, so don't put them in and keep them to one side. Now stir, then allow your chutney ingredients to come to the boil and then let them simmer for approximately 25 minutes. Now you can add the rest of the tomatoes that you had kept back. Now bring the chutney back up to the boil and then allow to simmer further for at least another hour. The length of time it takes for this to reduce really does depend on how juicy the tomatoes are. Occasionally stir it so that the mixture does not stick to the bottom of the pan. Eventually, given a bit of patience and time, you will see that the chutney is starting to thicken. When you can run your spatula through and it leaves a gully in the pan, your chutney is done. Now is just a case of putting the chutney into the warmed jars. Now your jars, I usually sterilise them with Milton and put them for storage, and then I get them out. I will give them a thorough soapy wash and then they go into the oven wet on a cold oven and warm up, and then when these are dry they come out and they're officially sterilised for me to put this in. I usually end up getting it everywhere, but we shall see. So it's not going too bad today. It's sizzling a bit, but it's fine. So you'll put this into here. Usually that looked like a lot of ingredients before, but usually this only fills 2 of these. So we shall see how much we get in. Make sure to pack it in as much as you can. I actually might end up needing a spare jar in a minute, because actually a little bit more, because I forgot that I put extra fruit in and I didn't remind myself when I warmed the pots. Try and make sure that you don't get any on the edges, and if you do, just wipe them down. There's going to be enough for a little extra little pot here, I think. Don't fill them too far up to the top because your pot lids have got to go down. And when you've done this, wipe off the tops. So I just get a cloth, clean cloth, wipe off the tops. And this is just how I do it. And then I pop one of these wax seals on top. If I can open that. make sure you've got a shiny side and a matte side. I don't know if that shows on there. Make sure you put the wax side down on the top. Again, I don't know if you can see, but one side has got wax and the other doesn't. You just pop that on top. These are like what you'll find on your jam sometimes if you buy jam, just to keep them fresh and you mould away. And then you get your rubber seals. Make sure that these aren't too hot. Watch your hands. If the pots are hot, just watch yourself. And then do the second one. Using a glove or an oven mitt, which I should have already been doing, you just flick the lids up and over and do them up and they will seal. Do the same with the other one. And then flick the pots up and they seal. And then those need to go in a dark cupboard for 6 weeks. Now, obviously, these will not be ready for Christmas, but don't worry, because I've done some already, and which I will show you now. So in proper Blue Peter style, here's some I made earlier. Well, actually this one and this one. So these two have been in since the 13th of the 11th. They've been in storage in a dark cupboard. And they are just pure green tomato chutney rather than mixed like these two. And these will be ready to eat on Christmas Day or any time after. And these two are going to join them now. So there we go. These make great gifts. And I really enjoy making it. It's something that's pretty simple. You just whack all the ingredients in and something delicious comes out. The chilli, don't worry about it if you don't like spicy things. I hate spicy food and it doesn't taste spicy. It doesn't overpower any of the flavour. If you're someone who doesn't like spicy food, you know what I mean. And somebody like my other half who absolutely loves spicy food still enjoys this chutney. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make mixed tomato or green tomato chutney to use up all your green tomatoes. Or even if you're just getting tomatoes from the shop, it's still delicious. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'm going to go do Advent. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? Do 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 do, can't remember the rest of the words they're listening. Dee 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 dee. Good evening. So we're here with Advent. I hope you enjoyed the tomato chutney recipe I did with you earlier. I'm so sorry about yesterday's Vlogmas. I just got so tired and achy and I couldn't keep my eyes open while I was editing, so it's only gone up, and I tried to put it on. I actually started uploading it at 9 AM and the signal's been so bad today because of the weather here, because we live in the mountains, that it took all day. I think it didn't go up till about 4 PM, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm here for today and I hope you enjoyed that. I've had a bit of a lazier day today because if I didn't rest today, the rest of the week would be me being in more pain. So I had a bit of a more restful day today. My other half helped me out, did most of the stuff with the animals. I did take the dogs for a little bit of a run. Probably not for as long as they usually go for, but we did go just to get out and get some fresh air. And then I caught up with Cabinet of Curiosities. I'm now up to episode 7, so I've watched 3 episodes today. What's everyone else thinking about it? I had high hopes, but the first few were okay, and it seems to have got worse as it went along. They're not particularly scary, they're just a bit weird, but there we go. So, oh no I'm not, I'm on to the last one with Andrew Lincoln, Walking Dead, Love Actually and all that. I've watched the first 5 minutes, so we'll see how that one goes. So yeah, Wednesday at the minute is winning for me. Right, here we go. Day 7. 7. Where's 7? Is that 7? Straight away, we've got number 7. Let's see what we have. I think it's another wax melt. Oh, the wax melt yesterday. What was it? Swirling snowflakes? Oh my gosh, it smelled amazing once it started melting. It was like pepperminty, really fresh. Oh, it's lovely. So today's is cranberry orange cider. So we are going to pop this into one of the wax melters and do a time lapse, and then I will see you for tomorrow's, and hopefully there will be no delay. So brightest blessings, goodbye. I'm so taking this. I was trying to be good and wait for me to get down to this bit, but I fancy chocolate, so this little milk chocolate Santa lolly is getting in my belly right now. This is so good. I've got that song stuck in my head. Right. I need to go do the watch melt.